That bottle in your shower, the one you've used for years, the brand your mother trusted, the one that sits there, like an old friend you never question. It feels like routine, like safety, like something that could never hurt you. It might contain formaldehyde, the same chemical used to preserve dead bodies, hormone disruptors banned in 144 countries, synthetic ingredients causing bald patches and chemical burns. I spent weeks investigating the biggest shampoo brands in America. What I found will make you throw out half your bathroom. These billion-dollar companies are hiding ingredients that damage more than they repair. And they've been doing it for years while collecting your money. In the next 15 minutes, I'll reveal the 7 shampoo brands that are damaging your hair and scalp with toxic chemicals, deceptive labels, and predatory marketing. By the end, you'll know what to avoid and what to actually use. 7. Pantene Prov, the orange bottle your mother used. The brand trusted for 50 years. Pantene built its reputation on provitamin technology that promised salon-quality hair at drugstore prices. Millions bought it. Millions still do. That familiar label sits in showers across America like an old friend you never question. Procter and Gamble won't tell you this. Every Pantene bottle contains dimethylone, the same silicone used in industrial sealants, construction adhesives, windshield coatings. You're spreading construction material on your scalp. The first wash feels amazing. Your hair shines like glass, feels smooth as silk. That's because you've literally encased each strand in synthetic polymers. Week 1 perfect, week 4 heavy, week 12 dead. By month 3 your hair can't breathe, your scalp can't function. Follicles suffocate under layers of plastic buildup. Dr. Sarah Chen at UCLA's Dermatology Research Center tracked 1,200 women using silicone-heavy shampoos for 18 months. Within 90 days, 73% showed measurable follicle miniaturization. That's medical terminology for your hair is slowly dying. Then there are the parabens, methylparaben, propylparaben, endocrine disruptors that mimic estrogen in your body. The European Union restricts paraben concentrations. America, no limits. The smell is synthetic floral, lab-created fragrance, compounds that trigger headaches in sensitive users. Nothing about this is natural. For seniors already experiencing age-related thinning, Pantene's silicone barrier accelerates hair loss by suffocating follicles. For women noticing increased shedding, multiple users report their hair loss stopped completely within 2 weeks of ditching Pantene. One dermatologist told me it's not repairing your hair, it's embalming it. 50 years of trust. 50 years of silicone suffocation. Drop a comment if that orange bottle is in your shower right now. Let's see how many of us trusted it. But plastic buildup looks gentle compared to what's next. Us 6 Herbal Essences, remember those commercials, beautiful women in slow motion tossing their hair, moaning in ecstasy over the organic experience. Herbal Essences sold you a fantasy. Rainforest botanicals, exotic fruit, extracts, nature in a bottle. The packaging screams green, clean, and wholesome. It looks like something you'd find at a farmer's market, not a corporate laboratory. Then the lawsuits hit. In 2021, a class action lawsuit accused Herbal Essences, owned by Procter & Gamble, of causing hair loss, scalp burns, and blistering through DMDM-hydantoin, a preservative that releases formaldehyde over time. Formaldehyde is classified as a human carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. It's the chemical used to preserve corpses in funeral homes, and it's been sitting in your BioRenew formula for years. Court documents revealed that P&G knew about consumer complaints as early as 2016, but continued selling the formula unchanged. Over 200 plaintiffs reported severe hair thinning, bald patches, and chemical burns. One woman's scalp blistered so badly she needed medical treatment for secondary burns. Angela Martinez, 34, from Phoenix. She used Herbal Essences Bior Renew for 4 months, started noticing excessive shedding in week 6. By week 12 she had a bald patch the size of a quarter on her crown. By week 16 her scalp was covered in chemical burns. She told reporters, "I thought I had cancer. I thought I was dying. Turns out my shampoo was slowly poisoning me." Open a bottle of Herbal Essences. That overpowering fruity smell hits before you even get the cap off. So, strong your eyes water. That's not organic awakening. That's formaldahhyde. Irritation. After weeks of use, your hair becomes as brittle as autumn leaves snapping off in chunks during brushing. The shine fades, the volume disappears. What's left looks lifeless. For women who chose Herbal Essences, believing natural meant safe, you paid for clever marketing, not clean ingredients. For families using this on children, formaldehyde exposure in developing brains is linked to cognitive impacts and respiratory damage. For anyone experiencing unexplained hair loss, check your shower. That green bottle with the flower logo might be the culprit. The organic experience turned into a toxic nightmare, and P&G is still selling it. How many of you chose this because the label said natural? Comment below. The organic fantasy, the formaldehyde reality, at least plant-based poison is original. What about a brand that literally started as horse shampoo? 5. Maine and Tail. It started in horse stables. Straight arrow products created Maine and Tail. For show, horses needing thick shiny coats. Then, someone had a billion-dollar idea. If it works on 1,200 lb animals, imagine what it'll do for human hair. The trend exploded. Beauty influencers raved, women bought it by the case. The logic seemed sound. Horses have beautiful hair, so why not borrow their secret? Here's the problem nobody mentioned. Horsehair and human hair aren't the same thing, not even close. Horsehair is thick, coarse, built to survive, rolling in dirt and mud. Designed for outdoor elements, rain, wind, dust. Human hair, delicate, fine. Completely different biology. Using horse shampoo on your head is like scrubbing fine china with steel wool. The protein-heavy formula meant for horses creates protein overload in human hair, making it brittle and prone to breakage. Equine products are formulated for a pH of 6.5 to 7. Human scalp pH 4.5 to 5.5. That's not a small difference. That's biological incompatibility. In 2020, Straight Arrow products faced class action litigation after consumers reported severe scalp irritation, chemical burns, and permanent bald patches. Dermatologists documented cases where users developed contact dermatitis, so severe it required steroid treatment. Dr. Patricia Nguyen at Boston Medical Center treated 47 women between 2019 and 2023 for mane and tail-related scalp damage. 16 of them developed permanent hair loss in affected areas. 16 women with permanent bald patches from horse shampoo. Squeeze the thick, milky formula into your hand. It feels dense, heavy, almost medicinal. The smell is sharp, chemical, nothing like the botanical scents human shampoos use to mask harsh ingredients. Lather it up. Notice it doesn't rinse clean easily. That's because the formula was designed for horses that don't shower daily like humans do. The residue sits on your scalp for days, clogging follicles and creating buildup that leads to inflammation. After a month of use, some women reported their hair felt like straw, dry, brittle, with split ends, multiplying faster than they could trim them. The texture changed from soft to wiry. For women who thought they'd discovered a beauty secret, they got chemical burns instead. For seniors, already dealing with thinning hair, Mane and Tail accelerated the damage, rather than reversing it. Cross-species catastrophe marketed as a beauty hack. Have you tried Mane and Tail because an influencer recommended it? Drop your experience below. Horse biology, human, scalp, predictable disaster. But at least the horse part was honest. What about a brand that creates the problem it promises to solve? 4. Head and Shoulders, the blue bottle. The zinc, Peroioni promise. The brand you're grandfather used, your father trusted, and you probably have in your shower right now. Head and Shoulders has been America's #1 dandruff-free fighter for over 60 years. And yes, it works. Those white flakes disappear like magic. Your scalp feels clean, refreshed, medicated. But here's what Procter & Gamble won't tell you. Head and Shoulders doesn't cure dandruff. It creates a dependency cycle. The formula contains sodium lauryl sulfate and sodium lauryl sulfate, industrial detergents so harsh they're used in garage floor cleaners. These sulfates strip your scalp's natural moisture barrier, the protective lipid layer that keeps your skin healthy. Studies published in the International Journal of Trichology in 2019 tracked 643 daily users of sulfate-based shampoos for 24 months. Results showed that continuous use destroys the scalp's microbiome, the beneficial bacteria that prevent inflammation. Once that barrier is gone, your scalp goes into panic mode, overproducing sebum oil to compensate. This excess oil traps dead skin cells, creating more dandruff. So, you use more Head and Shoulders. The cycle continues. Dermatologists call it rebound flaking. The product designed to cure dandruff actually creates chronic dandruff that requires continuous use. Pour it into your hand. Notice that. Bright blue color, synthetic dye FD and sea blue. #1. Linked to allergic reactions and skin sensitivity. In multiple European studies, the smell is aggressively medicinal, masking the sulfate harshness with synthetic menthol. Lather it up. Your scalp tingles. That's not freshness. That's irritation. The formula strips so aggressively that your hair feels squeaky clean, almost sticky. That squeaky feeling, that's your hair shaft's cuticle layer being damaged. After months of use, your scalp becomes dependent. Stop using it for a week and the flakes return worse than before. Your scalp forgot how to regulate itself. Michael, 52, used Head and Shoulders daily for 20 years. His dermatologist suggested a 2E break to test sensitivity. The dandruff disappeared completely, gone. He said, I used Head and Shoulders for 2 decades. My scalp was addicted to it. 2 weeks after I stopped, my dandruff was gone permanently. The shampoo was causing the problem it claimed to solve for seniors whose skin naturally produces less oil with age. Head and Shoulder sulfates create chronic dryness and irritation that didn't exist before. For families using this on children, you're teaching their scalps to become dependent on medicated shampoo instead of developing natural balance. For men using it daily for decades, many develop scalp conditions that require dermatological treatment. 60 years of trust, 60 years of manufactured dependency. Have you been using Head and Shoulders for years? Check if your dandruff gets worse when you stop, creating the disease it claims to cure, but at least dependency is legal. The next brand hides illegal chemicals behind one word. Toxic preservatives, hid. In trusted brands. Hit subscribe now so you never trust a label without knowing what's really inside. 3. Garnier Fructis. Those bright green bottles. The tropical fruit explosion. Garnier Fructis promises stronger hair, fortified with vitamins at a price that won't break the bank. It smells like a vacation in paradise and costs less than your morning coffee. Millions of budget, conscious families grab it without a second thought. The packaging looks fresh, vibrant, and healthy. But here's the dirty secret hidden in that single word on the ingredient list: fragrance. Federal law doesn't require companies to disclose what chemicals create that scent. It's a loophole big enough to drive a truck through. Independent lab testing by the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics in 2018 found that Garnier Fructis contains phthalates, endocrine disrupting chemicals linked to hormonal imbalances, reproductive issues, and developmental problems in children. Phthalates are banned in children's toys in Europe, but perfectly legal in American shampoo. The European Union's Scientific Committee on Consumer Safety flagged several Garnier formulas for containing allergens at concentrations that trigger contact dermatitis. Then there are the synthetic dyes, yellow, 5, red 40, petroleum-derived, colorants that serve zero functional purpose except to make the product look pretty. Studies from the Journal of Pediatric Research in 2022 link these dyes to hyperactivity in children and allergic reactions in sensitive individuals. But nobody talks about what happens when you combine hormone disruptors with synthetic dyes and aggressive sulfates. Your body absorbs everything through your scalp. Squeeze the shampoo. That artificial fruity smell overwhelms everything. It's not real fruit. It's synthetic fragrance, compounds designed to mask the chemical base underneath. Lather it up. The foam is excessive, most cartoonish. That's from aggressive sulfates creating bubbles you don't need. The scent lingers on your hair for days, not because it's high quality, but because phthalates are designed to make fragrance stick. After washing, your hair feels coated, heavy, lacking natural movement, that silicone buildup masquerading as nourishment. For women experiencing unexplained hormonal imbalances, irregular periods, mood swings, fertility issues, your shampoo might be contributing more than you realize. For anyone with sensitive skin or allergies, that fresh fruit experience is a chemical cocktail triggering inflammation. Check your Fructis bottle right now. See fragrance in the ingredients? That's the loophole hiding hormone disruptors. Fruity fragrance, hidden hormone chaos. $3 price tag, expensive consequences your body pays later. But cheap shampoo risks are obvious, right? What about brands targeting people who literally can't afford better? 2. Suave, the $2.99 bottle. The works as well as expensive, brands promise, for seniors on fixed incomes and families stretching every dollar. Suave looks like a smart choice. Why pay $15 when 3 will do the same job? Unilever has built a billion-dollar empire on that question. The friendly packaging suggests you're making a wise, practical decision. Then the class action lawsuits exploded. In 2021, hundreds of consumers sued Unilever, claiming Suave's formulas, specifically their keratin infusion and biotin infusion lines, contained DMDM-hydantoin that caused severe hair loss, scalp burns, and permanent bald patches. Court filings revealed something chilling. Internal company documents showed Unilever knew about complaints as early as 2017, but continued manufacturing and selling the product for years. They didn't just fail to warn consumers. They actively marketed these formulas as strengthening and damage repair, while people's hair fell out in clumps. In 2023, Unilever agreed to a $5 million settlement, but admitted no wrongdoing. $5 million sounds like a lot until you realize Suave generates over $500 million in annual revenue. It's a rounding error. Open a bottle of Suave, the smell hits sharp. Chemical fake, floral scents trying to mask the harsh detergent base. The liquid is thin, watery, almost translucent. That's because you're getting the cheapest possible ingredients stretched as far as they'll go. Pour it in your hand. It runs through your fingers like water. Lather it up. The foam is weak, dissipating quickly. After use, your hair feels stripped, dry, like you washed it with dish soap because you essentially did. The sulfate concentrations in Suave are comparable to household cleaning products. Within weeks, users report their hair becoming brittle, breaking off at the ends, and developing split ends faster than they can trim them. For anyone who experienced unexplained hair loss while using Suave, you're not crazy. Hundreds testified to the same experience in federal court. Budget shampoo targeting people who can't afford better chemical. Burns disguised as affordable solutions for low-income households and retirees. On Social Security, who chose Suave to afford other necessities. They ended up needing expensive dermatologist visits and hair restoration treatments that cost thousands. They knew in 2017. They kept selling until 2021. 4 years of profits, thousands of victims, budget shampoo targeting people who can't afford better, chemical burns disguised as affordable solutions. But the absolute worst offender didn't just target budget shoppers. They targeted everyone. 1. OGX, Organics, Biotin, and Collagen. The Instagram-worthy bottles, the exotic ingredients, Moroccan argan oil, Brazilian keratin, biotin, and collagen. OGX markets itself as the premium natural option at drugstore prices. The labels scream sulfate-free, paraben-free, natural ingredients. It looks like everything conscious consumers want. The bottles are beautiful enough to display in your bathroom, but it's all a lie. In 2021, a massive class action lawsuit accused Johnson & Johnson, OGX's parent company, of causing severe hair loss, scalp irritation, and blistering through DMDM-hyantuan. But here's what makes OGX's betrayal especially cruel. They targeted you specifically, the woman, reading labels, avoiding sulfates, researching ingredients, trying to do everything right. OGX knew you were looking for clean products. So they made bottles that looked clean, labels that said clean, marketing that screamed clean, and then they put formaldehyde inside. Court documents from the 2021 lawsuit revealed internal emails, marketing teams discussing how to position formaldehyde-releasing preservatives without alarming health-conscious consumers. They knew they collected your premium dollars while your hair fell out in clumps. Over 10,000 consumers joined the lawsuit, reporting identical symptoms.